no, not so much Ramadan, but fasting in the month of Ramadan. See, because sometimes people say, oh, they Ramadaning. They Ramadaning right now, man. We ain't Ramadaning, we fasting. We ain't Ramadaning, we fasting. All right? So Allah starts off in the Quran. He says in the Quran, "O you who believe," and we know when Allah says, "Oh, you believe," He's talking about the Muslims that's trying to follow the Quran and the Sunnah and do what Allah says to the best of his ability. We're gonna have our weakness. We're gonna have our shortcomings. We're gonna make mistakes. But when Allah said, "Oh, you believe," He's talking to the believer. Every believer is a Muslim. But every Muslim is not a believer. And it is deal with obedience. They deal with obedience. The individual with his faults and his shortcomings that's striving to please Allah, he's active in the community, these are the believers. Why? Because he making mistakes, that means he's not a believer? No. No. I don't mean that. Allah talking with the ones who believe in their heart that Allah is God, and there is going to be and Muhammad is Messenger, and there will be a day of judgment. To everybody, no matter what country that they grew up in, what position that they had, how much money they had, how poor they was, everybody going to be judged. Everybody going to stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and be judged for what they done. So Allah says, "Oh, you believe." And he says the subject, what we talking about, Siyam, fasting. It's a burning sensation. And it's more to it just than abstaining from food. He said, fasting is prescribed to you. Let's listen to this. When we go for an ailment to the doctor, right? We go for an ailment to the doctor. They give us, especially in America, they either going to cut you or they're going to give you a pill. That's the remedy. They're going to cut you. They ain't talking about no holistic healing and none of that. They ain't talking about that. They want your money, man. They're going to give you some pills and try to hit and make you take them pills for the rest of your life. So that money keep coming in. They the real drug dealers, but, you know, they're going to sanction the jokers that be on the corner. They're going to sanction you. You're on the corner, they're going to sanction you. They ain't getting no tax money from that. So anyway, Allah says, fasting is prescribed to you and was prescribed to those for. So this is the prescription that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is given to us. He said, "Oh, you who believe, fasting is prescribed to you." I believe. You believe. It's prescribed to us. As it was described to those before you. Who was before us? Who was before us? The people was born before us. The people way back in the day. Before the Quran came in existence. Before the Quran came in existence. These are we talking about. The Jews, the Christians, and any other people who follow God or try to follow or obey God. He said, fasting is prescribed to you as it was prescribed to those who became before you. And why? That's the question. Allah says that you may learn self-restraint. Now, Imam Muhammad said that, he translated this, he said, that you may be regardful. Now, self-restraint is basically, keeping yourself in check. Keeping yourself, I got to restrain myself. This joker getting me mad, man. I'm ready to go up top on this joker, man, for real. I'm ready to go on top, man. This joker getting me mad like that. He getting me mad, man. Get on my nerve every time he around me, man. It just irks me, man. So, when you check that, right, that's self-restraint. Now, Imam Muhammad said, regardfulness. Now you got to think of another way of looking at this here. To those before you, describe to those before you, that you may be regardful. That's what he said, Imam Muhammad. Rahim Allah. He said that. Now, regardful is that you'll be mindful. That you got to regard, man. You in the room with that girl, man. Your mother in the other room. You being mindful now. Mom's in the house. You can't be in the room with that woman. As a Muslim, you don't be in that room with that woman anyway. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're right. But you understand what I'm saying? being regardful. Watch what you say, your mother right there, man. Don't be, watch your mouth, man. Regardful. We're just trying to get the next definition, regardful. Now you're being mindful. One, you're keeping yourself in check. You're keeping your actions in check, right? The other one, you being aware of your surroundings. You're being aware of your surroundings and your behavior. You see? So Imam Muhammad said regardful. So we apply both of them. Then Allah goes on, he says, fasting for a fixed number of days. Now we know a fixed number of days is usually, you only can fast no more than 30 days. That's it. 29, 30. So if you don't spot it on 29th, the next day you fast, don't matter what. Even if you don't see the moon, you fasting. Because you can't go no more than 30 days. You can't. You can't go no more than 30 days. You can't go 31, 32 days. Oh, we ain't see the moon. We don't know what's going up there in the sky. It's supposed to come out. The 29th, but sometimes it don't. So Allah said, fasting for a fixed number of days. So we know we can't go over 30 days. But if any of you is ill or on a journey, you're sick, you're traveling, you're going to Atlanta, you're going to Boston, you're going to Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Texas, you're traveling, you got business to take care of, whatever, right? Or you're ill, you're sick, you can't make it. You know what I'm saying? You got some type of illness, man. You got you bedridden or house ridden, You can't make it. So Allah says the prescribed number should be made up from days later. So after Ramadan, you clear your intentions, make them days up that you was traveling or that you was sick. Some people be on medication during Ramadan, and they still try to fast while they're on that medication. But this religion is easy. The Prophet said the religion is very easy, and no one exerts himself too much in the religion, but it overpowers them. So act it right, and keep to the means, and be of good cheer, and ask for divine help in the morning, in the evening, and during the part of the night. It's easy. Religion's easy. I came here a month ago. I told you, brother, I encouraged you. I said, listen, the Christians, when you see them on Sunday, they sharp as a tack. Allah wants us to be like that when we come to jumuah, because the jumuah is very important, right? But look at me. I'm not sharp like I normally be, because I was at work. See, the religion is easy. It's adaptable. When you is hungry, right, and there's no food around, right, but a pork chop. What you gonna do? You gonna kill yourself? Or you gonna eat that pork chop? You hungry. Ain't no other food around. You need to eat. Hungry. Mouth watering, everything. Ain't nothing around but that sizzling pork chop. What you gonna do? What Allah says. What Allah said in the Quran. If you're forced by necessity, you're not willing, you don't want to do that, then eat enough to sustain yourself. You see how the religion has adaptability? You got to apply the religion to your circumstances. So here, when Allah says, if you are ill on a journey, the prescribed number should be made up from days later. Make it up after Ramadan with the good intentions of trying to make it. Find out what you got to do. Read a book. It's a lot of Islamic information out here. Read it. Find out what you got to do to make up for the days you miss. You don't have to try to overdo it. When you're sick, you're sick. If you need that medication to keep you well, to keep you sustain your life, then do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Because if you don't take it, you mess around and hurt yourself, right? You can't blame nobody but who? Yourself. Then Allah said, for those who can do it, those who can fast, with hardship, is a ransom. The feeding of one who is indigent. So, if you got to fast and you're doing it with hardship and you want to exempt yourself, then Allah says you got to feed a person. You have to feed a person. Feeding a one that is poor. We used to say feed them a poor man's meal. But we still got to try to make up those days. But this is something that Allah gives you so you can expiate, try to alleviate some of the sins, because fasting is very important. It's an order for the believers. We got a time where everybody else eat all year long. Some people who are in different religions or different persuasions, they fast they certain ways. Some people fast for water. They got all kinds of different ways. We got our way. We got our way that Allah tell us to fast, and that's how we gonna do it. That's according to the Sunnah. That's what we gonna do. But he says, he goes on. He said, but he that gives more, meaning that even though you feed an indigent person a meal, right? You know, if you could give more, right, of your own free will, it is better for him. So if you could give more, it's the same way when you go out the door, when we was talking about last month. You go out the door, and we know times is hard right now. It's hard for us, man. It's just, you know, you got a guy in the office right now running everything, right? Say he know everything. What do you say all the time? Who can better organize an army than I can? Who can better do this better than I can? Who can ever do this better than me? This guy know everything. He know everything, you know. He know everything. He don't know nothing. All I know, in my opinion, he kind of messing up everything. Because since he came to office, man, my money went down. But he that will give more of his own free will, it is better for him. And it is better for you that you fast if you but knew. It is the same like when it comes to jumuah. Allah says here, jumuah make it, and it's better for you if you but knew. And out here you say if you but knew again when it comes to fasting. Because really we don't know. Unless you sagacious, unless you are grounded and you know the benefits. You know how it pleases Allah. Allah says that everything you do for yourself. But fasting is for me. It's for me. Allah don't need our worship. But fasting, so he said he's going to reward it with a special reward. With a special reward. So this is the time during a month during this time where we need to concentrate on the things that we need to concentrate. Stop taking life for granted, thinking that we're going to be here tomorrow. We're not promised tomorrow. We live, and see, death is a fact of life. Life is being born is a fact of life. People going to be born every day, and people going to die every day. That's a fact of life. Some people who don't have the right understanding of life and death, they get bent out of shape when the loved one go. They get bent out of shape. They never get over it. Every they bringing up the pain every time the person's birthday come. They put it on Facebook. It's a happy heavenly birthday, and it was in pain when the person passed away. Happy heavenly birthday. Now that same pain, you know, because they really don't know how to overcome that. A little baby died at birth. They keep bringing it up. They keep stressing over it over and over until, man, they just messed up, man. Their whole physical appearance just changed. I seen it. Their whole physical appearance. See, but we understanding that we was born to die. And the little time that we got from this day we was born to this day we die, we got a chance to get to paradise. So whatever we do from this day to that, that don't mean we ain't going to make no mistakes. We're going to make a lot of mistakes. See, I always emphasize, Prophet Muhammad, who is our example, he was human. But he was strong in the qualities that is attractive, the qualities that's noble, the qualities that's virtuous. He was attractive in those qualities. And this is something that we constantly strive to do, truthfulness, being brotherly, being a person who's a helper, being a person who's a worker, getting involved. You know what's wrong with the Muslim community? And we keep letting this go by. It's because we are not active as much as we should be. And when you're active, right, you get to know your brothers and sisters more because y'all are striving for a common goal and you see each other a lot. I go to almost everything. Everything I could, I go to. If I got the money, I'm going to support the cause. I go to most everything. I don't see a lot of brothers, I'm looking around. I don't see a lot of brothers at a lot of these events, these fundraisers and stuff like that. I don't see. I don't know what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? What I know, I'd be active. You know why I'm active? Because that's the only way I'm going to see my Muslim brother. And I know in this religion, it's about supporting the cause. So I try to save my little pennies, man, so when the time comes, I could go, be around my brothers, support the cause. You see? Because everybody ain't going to be out front. I don't even like being out front. I like to teach, but I don't like to be out front. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot of good, man. But nobody don't know the good I do but the person I do it for in Allah. I put money in people's pockets. I done put thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in people's pockets for them to help for their family and stuff like that. Nobody know but me. You know what I'm saying? They know. You got a lot of them that's ungrateful. But I know they're going to be ungrateful. They're going to be grateful to their God. So I'm not going to be ungrateful to me. You know what I'm saying? Let's move right along. Now, Allah goes into the month. Said Ramadan is the month in which was sent down the Quran. This book right here. This when he first revealed the first revelation to the Prophet. Ikra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq, khalaqa insana min alaq, ikra rabbuka akram, mala'ilam bil kalam, alam insana malam yalam. This was the month. And basically that right there deal with reading physically and reading nature. You can read people. There's people, right, that can read lips. You heard of that, right? There's people that can read. They can sit back, right, and you talking, and they done been skilled to, and you don't even know. They know what everything you said, and you was telling somebody a secret. You thought it was a secret. That joker know now. He know what you was talking about because he read lips. He got your secret. You know what you're talking about because he read lips. So when Iqra was revealed, it's talking about reading nature as well as physical reading. I wish I could read lips. Be back here. That joker talking about me. Oh, that's what you thinking. I know you plotting plan. Let me see. You know what I'm saying? You know what he's saying already. So Allah says, Ramadan is the month in which we sent down the Quran as a guide to mankind. Also clear signs for guidance and judgment between right and wrong. So the Quran was sent down with clear signs, and there's guidance in this Quran for judgment, making a judgment between what's right and what's wrong, whatever the situation is. So Allah says, so any one of you who is present at his home during that month, which is coming up, it will be in the month, it's about to come up in a minute, during that month should spend it in fasting. That's what we should be doing. In that month, we should spend it in fasting. But if any one of you is ill, as he said before, or on a journey, the prescribed period should be made up by days later, after Ramadan. Then Allah goes on and says, Allah intends every facility for you. He want to make things easy. Like we talked about the pig, right? Or we talked about the pig and you being hungry. And ain't nothing else to eat. And you're in a situation where you can't get to no other food. And that pork chop is right there. I used to eat pork. Now I used to eat pork when I was a kid. I was raised on pork. You know? You looking at the pork. Damn, I know, man. I'm not shit only halal. Try to save yourself, man. You try to save yourself. Allah says He intends every facility to you. every facility for you, right? And he said he does not want to put you into difficulties. You know, in Islam, you can't kill yourself. Even if things is difficult for you, things are burdening you, your heart, your mind, your soul. You can't kill yourself. I know sometimes people, man, I'm tired of this, man. You're talking about life. I'm tired of this, man. I'm about to check out, man. Check it out. Go up in the closet, put a rope in there. And check it out. We can't do that. We can't do that. We can't check out like that. We got to deal with life. We got to deal with it, the pains and whatever come our way. Somebody passed. An accident happened. You lose your job. You lose someone close in your loved one. You can't check out. You got to still deal with this. You got to deal with this because you can't. Allah said you can't kill yourself. A Muslim can't kill us. You got to deal with this. Handle it. They say what they say. When the going get rough, the tough keep going. That's what you got to do. So Allah says, Allah intends every facility for you. He does not want to put you into difficulties. Do what you got to do. Allah ain't going to put you in a difficulty. You see me came here today, you know how I get. I like to get shot for jumuah. I want my brother to get shot. I can't force him, though. I can't force your hand. If you want to come any mediocre to jumuah, that's on you. I want you to come sharp like Allah wants you to come. But I can't force you. See, it's no forcing in religion. All you can do is get advice. It's up to the individual wanting to accept or reject, even if it's Muslim. Allah said He does not want to put you in difficulty. He wants you to complete the prescribed period, 29 to 30 days, and to glorify Him in that He has guided you and perchance that you may be grateful. So Allah says, you know, that He wants us to complete those 29, 30 days, and you want us to glorify Him. Subhanallah. Subhanallah. Glory to Allah, right? Glorify Him in your voice and in your behavior. And that He guided you to Islam. And perchance you may be grateful because you understand what you got. You understand what you got. Prophet Muhammad said, some people go the whole 30 days, right? And all they get out of is hunger. That's all they get. Is hunger pains. But then get nothing else out of it. Let us try, like during this Ramadan, to concentrate on some of the things that we got to do. Because a lot of times we go in there with goals and we come out, we be the same way we was when we went in. Ain't really nothing changed from the last year. Well, let us, before it start, let us get the mindset we're going to go in there. We're going to make sure our will in place, right? We're going to work out a little bit more for our health, right? We're going to be a little more organized, right? Get a little more organized. Let us try to get our money up a little bit more and spend it wisely and put a little bit in the stash, you know? Let us be more kind to our fellow man. Let us be respectful to everyone until they prove otherwise. You know, when you come Muslim and you be humble and stuff like that, sometimes, man, people take kindness for weakness. They take kindness for weakness. But you know what Allah tells us in the Quran? Because He knows that sometimes we can get so humble that we get stupid with it. He said, fighting is prescribed for you. He said it. Y'all read it many times. Fighting is prescribed for you. And you dislike it. But it may be that you hate something which is good, that you love something which is, that you hate something which is good for you, and you love something which is bad for you. And Allah knows, and you know not. You got to defend yourself. And when it's time to fight, you got to get in there. Even if you get your nose broke or whatever, you got to get in there. I ain't promoting fighting, but listen, Allah said that. Fighting is prescribed for you. You got to fight sometimes, man. Sometimes you got to fight. We ain't no chumps. We Muslims. We no chumps, man. We humble. You get otherwise, yeah, knock yeah, we're going to do what we got to do to you. You see? Ain't nothing wrong with that either. But we're going to do it, we ain't going to be the aggressor, but we have to contain the Jew, but we're going to contain them. But we can only do it when we together in unity. What he messed with brother, what? Huh? All us, what? We gone. We gone. Somebody should mess with him. Nobody should mess with you. Nobody should mess with you. Let all us come. One for all for one. When we move like that, I'm telling you, you'd be right. So like, Allahumma salli ta'ala wa Ibrahim. Come on, salli ta'ala wa Ibrahim and the come to Allahumma barik ala Madan wa ala Muhammadan. Come on, barak ta'ala wa Ibrahim and the Muhammad Majid. Allah, bless the true fathers of Muhammad, as thou did bless Abraham and the true fathers of Abraham. Truly thou art praised and magnified. Allah, exalt the true fathers of Muhammad, as thou did exalt Abraham and the true fathers of Abraham. Truly thou art praised and magnified. I greet my loved brothers here at Masjid Al-Hadi once again, in degrees of peace and love. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We talked a little bit about Ramadan, and I know we're going to hear more about this subject. We're going to hear more about this subject throughout the month. And it's a good thing, because reminder what? Benefits the believer. This is what we is taught. But now, we want to talk about when the Ramadan is over. This is an exhaustive subject, and it's an easy subject, but we just want to bring some things in to remind ourselves, so when we do go into Ramadan, we have some little pointers to think about. Eid. Eid means recurrent happening. Eid service, the Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. But when you talk about Eid al-Adha, we talk about Eid al-Fitr. When the Ramadan is over, we come together and we celebrate. Right? I've noticed throughout the years, right? But I don't know what nobody doing, but this is a day when y'all come together and give gifts. You give gifts, and you embrace each other. You get a chance to see some brothers you ain't seen all year long, or some sisters you ain't seen all year long. You listen to a speech that's prepared by the khatib who's going to speak on that day, to give some type of advice for the community and for us to reflect on. It's a beautiful day for us. Everybody's sharp. Everybody's sharp. And we all celebrating Ramadan, completing Ramadan. Ramadan, when we fasting, right, it's come from the word sayam. It means to burn. And when you fasting properly, your body is in a lot of heat. Some people can go through fasting and they can still work out. Mouth be dry, like my mouth dry now. Mouth be dry, right? And they can still work out and work their job and be fine at the end of the day, And then some people can't. They got to take it real easy, But alhamdulillah, either way. I think about, this is what just came to my mind. When COVID-19 came in, a lot of people was passing away, man, all over the place. And they had, on CNC News, man, they had a count, a death code. And it was going up every day, all them people dying, right? And somebody said, man, they need to take that down, man. They scaring the mess out of people. Nah, people need to know what's going on, right? Man, my thought just got, what I'm talking about, my thought just got, just ran away with me. Let me see. What's the point I'm trying to make? Oh! I was trying to make a point. When that COVID-19 was out, right? Man, we're going to skip that. We're gonna skip that. You know how you thinking about something and your thought just go. You happen to you, right? You happen to you sometimes, right? You thinking about something, you forget the thought. Allah just maybe took it away from you. It was something like that. If it come back, I'll bring it up. But fasting is very important. Fasting is very important for us. And when we dealing with the celebration, the celebration is for us to come together, celebrate each other, celebrate the completion of the fast, and everything be good. Inshallah, we talk more on that. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Call it come.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Hayya ala salah, hayya ala falah. Qamat to salah, qamat to salah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah Muhammadan Rasulullah.